Number 39, we're given two functions. I've got this linear function, 5x, and another linear function, 6x minus 6. Now what I want to do is I'm going to combine these together into, it's a product, right? fg, I'm going to name a new function, fg. Now there's two ways I can do this. Here's one. I can realize, first of all, that this notation here means, right, that notation means f of x times g of x. Now if I do that, it's going to be f of x, which is 5x, times g of x, which is 6x minus 6, which is just, okay, what do we get here? 30x squared minus 30x. And actually, since I'm just computing at x, there really is only one way to do this, and that is exactly what we've done here. So our new function, which we're going to call fg, because it's more than one item here, I'll put it in parentheses, of x, is this new function, 30x squared minus 30x. Now, I have an f function. F is this one right here, 5x. I have a g function, this one right here. We've created a new function by multiplying together, and it's this function right here. Now, I could name this anything. I could name it, I already used f and g. I could name it h, k, j, whatever. But since it came from f and g being multiplied, why not just name it fg? Right? It's just one longer name. Instead of f or g, it's just fg. One function with a longer name. 41, we're given two linear functions, 4x minus 2 and x minus 5, and I want to find a new function, create a new function by combining f and g together and calling the new function fg. Since we're multiplying them, why not call it fg, the product? So I can do this if I realize that that notation right there means f of x times g of x. So let's multiply those together. So f of x is 4x minus 2, because there's more than one term, I'll use parentheses. G of x is x minus 5. So let's multiply them together. FOIL it if you like. 4x times x, we'll get 4x squared. The outer product is minus 20x. The inner product is minus 2x. And then the last is plus 10. All right, so if I put it all together, and I'll name it here, fg, that's the name of our function, is 4x squared. Now what have we got? Negative 20x minus 2 is minus 22x's. And then I got a plus 10. So I started off with two individual functions, one called f, one called g. I multiplied them together and I got this new function, right? We created a new function. We built a new function from those two individuals. So I could name this. What am I going to name it? Well, since it came from multiplying f and g together, I'll just call it fg.